Guys, BBI here. I want to stop and say thanks for tuning in and checking out whatever the video is about that's about ready to come up next. If you could take a minute and hit subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoy what you've seen here, make sure to hit the like button. We'd greatly appreciate your support. Anyhow, guys, all that aside, let's get on with the show. Well, Mr. Rodney, here we go, my friend. My friend Rodney, he's an extra class ham, and he's a badass. And he does a lot of cool things for me and a few other of my friends. And he's one of these guys that's able to move around and logistically move stuff from parts of the country for us. And he actually brought this thing here yesterday, and he unloaded it, and he really started looking at it, and kind of got a boner. So Rodney, here you go, buddy. This is the inside of your al1200. It's now yours. So let me pan over here. This is a beautiful iMac 1200 A7, and as you know, that this is a slightly better tube than the 1500. It can put up a little bit more punishment because of the size of the anode. But other than that, this thing is mint. It's in really good condition. So all we're going to do here for you, my friend, is we're going to drive it a little bit. And we're going to show you what it does underneath different output situations. So now, I don't have to go through the normal rigmarole that I have to go through with a lot of the other guys. Let's go in here and verify what I'm showing you here for slugs. It's a 1000 watt slug. It's another 1000 watt slug. That's a 5 watt slug. So let's back this out a little bit. Make it so it's easy for you to see. Let's go over here and we'll turn on the Ameritron. Let the tube come up and come to life. Now we are in the 2x position currently. Put that in the 1x position. Let me show you what we're going to put into this for drive. First, we're going to use the Striker 955. A whole whopping 80 watts, right? So flip this over into OPT. We're in the SSB position, which is going to be high. Well over 1000 watts peak. 800 watts of drive. Turn the speaker off. So let me switch this puppy up to 2x. Sorry, I don't feel like getting electrocuted today, just on your behalf, Rodney, so reaching in with a screwdriver there. So now we're in the 2x position. The scale on the right's reading is a 2000 watt slug. Solid 1400 watts peak. Okay? That's with 80 watts of drive. So now let me reset here real quick, my friend. So now we're going to jump over to the 2950. Take 2950. We're going to put it into the little 2-pill here. Alright. Come back over here. Now we're going to flip that thing back to 1x. So now we're reading like a 1000 watt slug. And that's all we're putting into it for drive. So let's get our power levels set up appropriately here. Okay, everything's in frame. It's 20 watts of drive. Let me turn on the 2-pill. Back that down a little bit. 200 watts. Let's move that multiplier down to 5 times. So now it's like a 500 watt slug, or 5,000 watt slug. I got to re-dip the amp because we've increased our drive so much. So about 220 watts of drive, it's going to make 2,800 watts of power, almost 3,000 watts of power, as you can see here. Zoom on in there and make that a little bit better for you to see, Mr. Rodney. Let me come off the pedal again. 200 watts of drive. So let's turn the mic gain up a little bit. It's about 300 watts of drive. Now we're at a solid 3,000. So if we re-dip this any a little bit, if it helps any. There's 3,200. Don't drive it like this, you guys. I'm just showing this to my friend. I don't want him to. I'll get up around 350 watts of drive. About 3,200 peak. And there's no reason to go any further than that. We're just going to start tearing things up. But as you and I both know, and as we discussed on the phone last night between the three of us, that is just about the best you're going to get out of an Ameritron ever. So now we've jammed a bunch of watts on it. Come on, knock it off screen. Now we've jammed a bunch of watts through it. Let's go over here. Let's take a look for it, our meter operation. The reason we don't want to push it any further is because, well, we're maxing the tube out. So we're going to start tearing it up. Note our plate voltage and look at what it's doing. Oversaturated. Make sure our ALC's tracking. It is. High voltage. We are maxed out. We can stand here and keep making noise till the cows come home, but at the end of the day, my friend, this thing is clean. It's in really, really good shape. As you know, you've already intimately lived with it a couple days getting it up here. I'm happy for you, man. I think this is a great move on your part. So let me cut this away, and then I'm going to take the camera off the tripod here, and I'm just going to do a quick fly around so you can get an inside view of this thing in a 360 degree. I'm going to put the lid on this thing, and I'm going to set it in the corner. We'll get it to you here in a week or so. On that note, brother, appreciate you, man. And I thank you for everything that you do for me and Zane and the rest of the radio community by being able to help us transport all this heavy equipment all over the United States. And that means a lot. It really does. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I mean thank you, and I mean that seriously. I think that this is going to go to a great home with you. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this. I mean, this thing does 160 through 10. Can't go wrong, brother. You just can't go wrong. Appreciate you, Rodney. Have a good day, brother.